You watch this child struggle to find meaning and an understanding with logic and science, and there has to be an answer, which, as we adults know, as you get older, there's not always a why or a because, you know, to a situation. Sometimes there's just not an answer, and it breaks your heart. And to see this child want to have an understanding or a gift at the other end of this key, once the key opens up the lock, and what he finds is a gift, but not the gift that he expected. I had to be okay with having her be not the best mom at first, or she seemed like she wasn't being the mother she should be to this child who was struggling. So I actually had to approach it. I felt like it was cruel at some point, but once you step into those shoes and you see what she's dealing with, it's totally understandable. I think you have the backdrop of the event and how it was received and how it's being remembered and how you see this child grieving and all the people that lost loved ones as the reminder of what the story is about. But then every individual deals with grief and pain in their own specific way. And I know we like to see it come out a certain way because it makes us feel more comfortable, but what I think is most interesting is that her grief is ugly and in pain and imperfect and it's just, it's not what you would hope for or expect, but it's probably more real than most depictions of grief that we see. That young man came prepared. He came more prepared than many actors I've worked with. He has the capacity to fight to find out what the scene needs, and if he didn't get it, he was so hard on himself. His professionalism was shocking. Everything you hear is true, all the good stuff. Haven't heard any bad stuff. But the thing that I was most in awe of and grateful for was the scene. There's a scene where I get a phone call from my husband, and it's all, and Tom, who plays my husband, it's all off camera for him. He doesn't have any camera time. And I said, you know, Tom can call from the hotel or whatever he wants to call, and I assumed that's what was going to happen. Crack of dawn, there shows Tom Hanks, you know, shows himself in the lobby at this office building. I'm like, what is he doing here? He says, oh, he's here to do your off camera. He wanted to be in the room close by. And, you know, an actor of his caliber, and many actors do choose not to be there for your off camera. And it's a sad fact. He showed up, and he sat in that room all day, adjusting his performance, giving something different every time, because once you do a scene 5 or more times, you know what's coming, you know what to expect, and that spontaneity and that fresh thing is just gone. He made it different and fresh every single time for 13 hours, and that's why he's the actor he is, because he knows that him being in that room and him being able to offer something different each and every time changed my performance or the way I listened completely. I just didn't understand how he knew his actors could do it. I'm like, what if one of us said, not gonna happen? I mean, there were moments that I said, I am empty, I have no more to give. You've peeled me off the floor 6 or 7 times. And you go, oh no, darling, you can do it. Darling, I love you, you're fabulous, do it. You've seen his work and you understand the level that he demands and you want to do well for him.